Hey, we're back, and this I'm just fascinated by the stuff on the table, and this economy homemade gifts are really making a comeback.
Yeah, but things you make yourself don't have to look like you made them yourself.
The ladies with the Knitting Sisters in Williamsburg are back with ways to take your knitting skills to the next level and make something that will wow your friends and your family. Welcome back, Meg Meredith.
Hi, thank you so much for having me here.
And
We're so happy to be here.
Oohing and
That
eyeing.
is so fun.
You can make this yourself?
You can. One of our colleagues at the Knitting Sisters, Rosemary, made this. She is our needle felting expert, and this hat is knitted and then felted, and she worked this on top, which is what I'm going to show you how to do. And this is, no knitting is required for this part, but you already know how to do the basic knitting.
Sure we do.
I'm going to show you how to make this little basic ornament right here. This is easy, easy. All you have to know how to do is to knit a square, which you already know. I mean, you already got one right here. So you just knit yourself a square out of wool, 100% wool, throw it in the washing machine. It shrinks up like this, becomes all fuzzy, right? Okay. And then you're going to take a can here, like something like this, the shape that you want your ornament. This is just cutting out a circle. So I have complete faith. So you're just going to place that on top there, and you're going to cut out a circle for me there, and then we're going to speed ahead along. What you're going to, we already have our little base snowman here, and Cheryl, I'm going to have you try to put some little buttons on this snowman, just like this guy here.
How did you get this figure here? Because I don't know if
this is the magic. Now this is roving. This is wool that's not spun, and you just take a felting needle, which are these very, very sharp little tools here.
Is that like right off the sheep?
Kind of, yeah. This is pre-yarn wool.
Oh, very, very cool.
And then we're going to take it with one of these needles that are very sharp, and they have these little burrs that pull the fuzziness down into your knitted piece that you've cut out, and it sticks right in. So literally, it's kind of like coloring on your knitting.
That's really cool. Okay, we're going to work here, Meg, and I want to show you. You've brought some of your colleagues, your knitting sisters here, and they're actually knitting other projects. They're going to be doing that throughout the show.
They're very busy.
We'll come back to them later on. In the meantime, we're going to try and do the felting. Is that what you call it?
It's called needle felting.
Needle felting. Okay.
I'm still trying to cut out a circle.
This is your tool here. This is the safety one here. It's got a little guard on it so you can't poke yourself. So you're going to unlock it so that you can push down. And you're literally just going to take your little piece of roving there. This one's for you. I've got an individual one here.
Okay.
And I'm literally just going to poke it on. Slowly poke, poke, poke. I did it.
Oh my God. And you did it, Carrie. That looks really good.
Very good, very good, very good.
I didn't have a can straight.
And you just keep poking and pushing those fibers down in there so that they catch like that. See how it's going in?
Yeah.
Closer and closer and closer. And the beauty of this is, if you don't like your snowman button, you just pull that right out.
That's true.
So just over and over again, and you can make whatever shapes that you want. Rosemary designed these, and we've got a snowflake here, and she put a little ribbon on it, some mistletoe.
See, I like these, not to always bring it back to like toddlers, but there's not much on the tree that I feel comfortable to hang low, because the kids always want to touch them, take them off, put them back on, but this is perfect.
This is great.
We've also got slippers here. These are knitted slippers.
It's the same concept, right?
They are knitted, you felt them, you throw them in the washing machine so they shrink up, and she worked these beautiful designs, and all you do is keep working over and over again. And over there you'll see when we look at our knitters, this comes in all kinds of colors, so she's worked some beautiful color work here. So.
Okay, I think we've got some practicing to do, ladies. In the breaks. In the meantime, our knitting sisters are also going to be working, and they'll show us their progress at the end of the show when we bring you back, Meredith, and you're going to be needing to give us a lot of help, I think.
Thank you very much for coming back.
My pleasure.
We're gonna check back on this, but first we need to get over to the Super Dr. Tim Weather Center. Thanks for hanging out with us at 7:30 on Fox 43 News at 7. This morning we're learning how to make our own holiday gifts. We've already gotten started. You're starting on an actual project for today. This is just an example of a finished product that the Knitting Sisters have brought down. The little slipper and hats and scarves, and we're learning how to make ornaments for the tree this morning.
It's a process called felting, and the Knitting Sisters, actually, the professionals, are working on some projects, and we're going to check in with them, get a progress report in just like a minute.
Well, though.
Doesn't it look kind of scary?
Not well. It's a work in progress.
It's a work in progress.
Check back in. We've got some ladies from the Knitting Sisters who are with us in the studio. There's a whole bunch of ladies knitting just off camera.
And Meg Meredith is here. She showed us the finer points, how to start this felting process, and we're going to continue. In the meantime, tell us, how much fun is it for you to have, learn the process and to be able to make gifts for people?
Oh, it's great. And for me, hand knitted gifts mean so much, and handmade gifts. And for me, I love making things for the people I love. And every stitch that I knit, I think about how much this person's going to like it. I know my husband likes his hand knitted socks, and I know that everyone here at the Knitting Sisters is always clicking away to get those holiday gifts done at the last minute.
It's a busy time, so we appreciate you taking the time out to be with us. Will you tell us who you've brought with you today and what they are actually working on? And I mean, they've got some pretty great stuff there.
Okay, well, on the left is Kat England. She is one of the owners of the shop, and she is actually working on some needle felting, what you guys have been doing also. She's working. And then Kathy in the middle there, she's another owner. It looks like she's working on a Christmas stocking. Isn't that beautiful?
Did you just start that, Kathy? No. Okay. All right.
But she could have. She could have. And then on the right is Elizabeth Gorney. She's another one of the Knitting Sisters, and she's making another ornament, but it's a little mini sweater.
Yeah.
And so she has decorated a little tree back at her shop with lots of little knitted sweaters.
Can you have them hold up some of the things that they're working on? We can sort of see it, but there's also other things. And,
Kat's made a snowflake. And more Christmas stockings.
Now, these are things, I mean, they're not only just a gift, but I mean, you're making an heirloom, I think, when you make something like that. Talk to me about the, you know, the quality and how good it must feel when you go through a store and you see a knit slipper like this, and maybe, you know, somebody's charging, you know, $30 for it.
Well, it's unique, and you will never find that in a store. You know, that's a unique creation by an artist, and the things that you can make are so much more customized too. When you knit a sweater, when you knit a stocking, when you knit a slipper, when you make an ornament, you can make exactly what you want. And every time you pull it out of the box and you get the Christmas stuff out, it makes you smile because you remember, I made this, or someone gave it to me, and it's great. So,
well, talking about the skill that you need to put something like this together, we know that you know, a 3-minute segment, we're not going to know how to felt and, you know, put together an ornament, but a little bit of skill goes a long way.
Because really, all you need to know is how to do is knit. Because you make your little piece, you just throw it in the washing machine, and you cut out a circle for me, and you just need one of these needle felting needles, which you know we have at our shop, and the roving, and you're just literally poking it in there. And we actually have a class on how to make these ornaments at our shop tomorrow and all the time. So, you know, if you need a little help, we're happy to do that. But, you know, it's really just you knit yourself a square, you felt it, and then you're kind of creating your own design. And it just takes patience, and if you don't like it, you can just rip it right off and start over again.
What about those folks who feel like they don't have time, you know, to learn how to how to knit or to finish something?
Well, an important thing is to choose something that you know you can finish, I would say.
Right.
You know, sometimes, you know, I find myself wanting to start a Christmas stocking on Christmas Eve. Not a good idea, you know. So, but I would say that something like this is very simple. It'll take you, maybe 20, 30 minutes to make your little snowman, and you can do as much or as little as you want. You know, you can just make your plain little circle and your snowman and stop there, or you can take it further. So start with something simple.
Do you tend to bring your stuff with you wherever you go?
Oh my
sometimes
goodness.
you never know when you might get stuff waiting.
A little bit of downtime,
I've got knitting in my diaper bag for my baby. So whenever we're somewhere, I've got it just in case, you know. So, and Kathy, I know, carries knitting in her glove compartment in case she's stuck in traffic.
I mean, a couple of extra minutes, really, you can get a little bit done.
Yeah,
I mean,
you know, you've got 2 little eyeballs
Can you get
there.
knitting needles on a plane these days?
Yeah, you can. You can. It's always important to check with the guidelines before you take them with you. But I have knit on the airplane. I mean, there's no better way to pass the time. So
quickly, where's your store and their classes, as you said?
We have lots of classes. Our store is at the Village Shops in Kingsmill off Route 60 near Busch Gardens, and our class schedule is on our website, knittingsisters.com, and this is our highlighted class tomorrow. So just check us out.
Very cool. Give them a call. Meg, thanks so much.
You're welcome.
If only my feet were like 3 sizes bigger than this little slipper. All right, let's get over to the Super Doppler 10 Weather Center where meteorologist John Cash is chatting with Cody.